I'm not going to make this a review, mostly because of the fact that I had too many issues with this show to actually make it an objectable review. Like, to not be either overly, well, not really biased, but just be open minded about it. So I just decided to make this my own personal thoughts of episode 3 of Andi Mack. I don't know the name. It's going to be on the thumbnail once I find out. But other than that, I got 3 possible gripes with this show. It might end up being 2, but 3 is in my head right now. One of the gripes that I have about this show is the fact that this show is Diet Lizzie. It's 100% Diet Lizzie McGuire, but with an ethnic twist or maybe sprinkling of ethnicity for flavor. That is how I see this show. You got Andi Mack, who happens to be an Asian version of Lizzie McGuire. You got Cyrus, who happens to be a gay Jewish version of Gordo, who was Jewish and straight. Say that 5 times over. And then you have Buffy, who happens to be the black version of Miranda, who was Hispanic on Lizzie McGuire. And then you got Kate Saunders from Lizzie McGuire, who happens to be Amber on this show. And for Jonah Beck, who is the love interest of this show, potential, is Ethan Kraft of Lizzie McGuire. 100%. All of those characters, all those kid characters are carbon copies of all the characters on Lizzie McGuire. That was my biggest gripe. Now, I know you guys are going to say, okay, Terry Minsky, who happens to be the producer, head writer, what have you, of Lizzie McGuire, she actually did make this show. She produced and directed the show. That is the reason why it's like this. Or directed. I don't know. But I know that Terry Minsky happens to have a huge influence on Lizzie McGuire, and she has an influence on the show. I get that. But even if you did write Lizzie McGuire, at least be creative enough to make something different. Not just have somebody with a different ethnicity on there. So, oh, we're different, different flavor. We have a girl who happens to be, Asian that has the lead role. So what? It's a carbon copy of Lizzie McGuire. Come on, man. Be a little bit original. Now, my second gripe here is the antagonist. You guys know how much I love my heels. For those that know me, I love my heels in wrestling, and I love my villains in anything, any show, anything. I love villains. And it's mostly because the villains usually bring the best out of the hero. When it comes to the antagonist of Lizzie McGuire, who was Kate Saunders, she happened to be very likable. For the first season, no, she wasn't. She actually did everything in her power, and I think this is when they were in high school. Kate did everything in her power to literally make Lizzie's life miserable. And yeah, you didn't like her at first. But as time went on, you found out that her and Kate used to be best friends. That Lizzie and Kate used to be best friends. They had moments together to where that Kate actually did miss Lizzie. But the problem was, it was just the hierarchy of high school. She wanted to be popular. And she didn't want to lose that. So she chose that over Lizzie. So she chose to make Lizzie's life miserable, even though she really does like her. And that's how it was even leading on up towards the movie. She actually tried to help her out. And that's what made her character more likable. When it comes to Amber, Amber is a throwaway villain. That's how I'm seeing it. Amber is a throwaway villain that is just there to make the protagonist's life miserable, and that's all her job is. And then once that's conquered, she's done. There'll be no interest in her at all. And then there's another thing that's going to tack onto that little sub issue that I have with that. Amber's in 9th grade. Jonah's in 8th grade. Why in the world would she downgrade herself to go with an 8th grader when she could have any upperclassman she wanted? Seriously, I mean, that's how I rolled. I mean, shoot. When I was in high school, all the 9th grade girls would practically date guys that were older than them. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe things changed. But honestly, it made no sense to me when I saw that. It really didn't at all. And the third thing and the biggest thing that really gives me issues with this show is that big, huge plot twist is going to eclipse the entire show. The whole purpose of the show is supposed to be a slice of life drama about Andi Mack being 13. At least that's what I thought. But the biggest thing is it's about Bex and Bex's mom. That is going to completely eclipse the protagonist of the show, which is Andi Mack, and that's not good. That's bad. And that's what makes this show interesting, and that's what makes it show people. That's what gives you the reason to watch this show, is the drama that goes down between Bex and Bex's mom. That's it. The dad is just there. Like, seriously. At least Sam McGuire had a purpose on the show. I mean, he had really great moments with his kids and actually showed his kids, what to do and how to grow up and stuff like that. He had a purpose on the show. I can't say the same thing about Ham. I think his name is Ham. I don't know. But other than that, he's just there to be the guy. Like, he's just there to fill the man role. I don't think he's going to be there for long because he wasn't even on the entering credits. I mean, he wasn't even on the intro. He wasn't on there at all. So I really don't know how long the granddad's going to be there. I really don't know. But the biggest problem of this show overall definitely is the fact that they're going to have to add a twist to keep people interested. I heard that they're going to add a twist when it comes to Cyrus and Cyrus being gay. I would not be surprised if they add a death episode in this. And people are like, oh, this is innovative and creative for Disney because they're just being serious for the first time ever. No, they're not, y'all. This is not the first time ever. You remember the 90s? There was a point to where Disney literally went outside the box when it came to their shows. Especially some shows in the Disney afternoon. Can we say House of Mouse? All I can say is that there are times that Disney actually does go outside the box. And they only do it because of fad's sake. What is popular at the time. Trying to be relevant. Trying to be hip. Trying to stay with the times. They've done this before. This is not new. If people think that Andi Mack is innovative and creative just because of the whole plot twist, then I don't know what y'all watching. Like, seriously. Y'all haven't really been watching much. That's just my overall opinion. But other than that, this show is not horrible. It's not horrible. It's not bad by any means because it has a Lizzie McGuire formula. And that's what makes it really bad for me. Because I want to see something new, original, and creative. Because Lizzie McGuire, even Stevens, even Kim Possible was a very innovative and creative shows for that time. There was times in the early 2000s that the dramas were amazing on that show. And yes, some of them came from Canada. But the ones that actually did come from the States, like I think Lizzie McGuire as well as even Stevens actually did come from here. I could be wrong. But those shows back then in the early 2000s were amazing. And for some reason, they decided to make everything a carbon copy formula for every single drama show that they had, which made it boring and dull. And that's what people don't like about it. I guess people consider this a breath of fresh air because it's a unique twist showing, oh my gosh, parents don't always stay together. There are such things as single moms. Yes, there are. We know this. But the thing is that don't let that cloud your vision. Just see the show for what it is, not for what it does. Not for the plot twists, not for the unique crazy angles of the fact they say the word gay. Just look at how the show really is because they're going to use the plot twist as a guide to keep you watching the show. That is what they're going to do. It's going to be an overrun. It's going to be probably something new every season. Something, a big, huge twist every season. Don't let that cloud your judgment. Am I going to say the show is bad? No, because it's not bad at all. But it does have a formula that worked way ahead of its time. So I'm just going to say this. The show isn't horrible, but the dialogue is really hard to get through. It's a carbon copy of Lizzie McGuire with an ethnic twist. And I really feel they depend too much on Bex and Bex's mom to keep that show running. That's my biggest gripe right now. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. When they have a season 2, I really do hope that season 2 is better than season 1. And I'm just saying. But I'm going to probably continue to watch the show because unfortunately I am sucked in about what's going on between Bex and Bex's mom. But I really do want it to be better than that and something original and different. Just saying. But guys, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about the show. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.